What up, YouTubers? So, check this out. So, the review I'm going to do for machines today is going to be for the RYONET X Vactor. Now, I've had this on for about a year, over a year now, and it's done me some good. I upgraded from lamps, and which is what I started with. I started with the sun, and then doing the whole lamps over the screen. And sure enough, I mean, it worked out good, but it just took too long. And sometimes, depending on what was going on in my household, because I am a garage-based print shop, and sure enough, let's get right on it. Big step up. First thing you got is you got your pump, your vacuum that sucks out the air out of the cover, so that way it'll kind of press down on the film right onto your screen. So and it'll just take out that space that's sometimes you can have in between the screen and the film. So that way light doesn't bend through it or reflect through it or any of that jazz. Now, the cool thing about this machine is it does come with a viewing light. So if you have, say, for example, a negative, and you need to put it on a screen, you can actually see through it, so without contacting the emulsion or anything of that sort. Because sometimes what will happen is you'll have emulsion, and if you have any light or any of that kind of stuff, and you have a very sensitive emulsion, it'll get kind of activated, and then you'll have a stencil, and it'll be a pain in the butt to get it out. And then all of a sudden, guess what? Yep, you know it'll be marked, and then you'll just sit there forever trying to get the stencil out, and it'll end up messed up. So please excuse all the raw footage stuff. I'm kind of new to all this, but I'm trying to give you guys as much information as I can. So with that in mind, I mean, I've installed an extra set of lights here, so that way I'll have extra light. So when I'm not using the vacuum, I can still walk around and carry my screens. And if I have like multiple screens, say like a 6-color job, I can just keep printing the screens, making the screens, and move along. And this is also my workstation, so I coat the screens, I make the screens, and then bounce them in here after they're done. And the other cool thing is, once you're done viewing that, voila, you get I think it's what, 3, 6, 7, 8 tubes of ultraviolet light right there. And yeah, it works out. And once these get pressure down and everything else, haven't had any issues. LEDs are great, hell expensive, but LEDs are really good. And if you can upgrade to LEDs, cuts your time all by a lot. Thinking like I think it's like 15 seconds for a burn, and when these take maybe about well, I use cryo coat, so I use about that for my timing. And yeah, so these work out pretty well. And the one thing about it is that I don't like about this series, and I'll give you the goods and the bads. Everything else on here lasted pretty well. Haven't had to really replace anything yet, so it's made pretty strong. It built up pretty good. But I'll tell you what, this thing slides like a mother, especially on this casing. So really have something that can grip it. It will slide off of a table or anything like that. If you accidentally get caught in one of these closures clamps right here, So if you get caught in one of those and you pull it, it will literally slide right off. No problem. And that's with very little force. So, I would definitely suggest, getting getting something to put underneath it, just so that way it don't slide off. And yeah, so the good thing is it's just built strong. Bad thing is you got the pump like right back here. So when you're pushing everything on there, it's not like internal or anything like that. It's got it on the outside. So if you try to tap this thing backwards, ding it, hit it against a wall, metal bar, anything, or if you have an open shop and you have a lot of space and that thing just accidentally like falls, cracks, anything, you're pretty much screwed. The warranty, I used it in the beginning, but I haven't really needed to use it as far as for parts and stuff, but it's a pretty well built thing. And it does save me a lot of time. The only other bad part that I see is that, I don't know if you could see that, but the switch and everything else back here is right back there. So granted, you don't have to worry about turning it on and off every time, but I'm one of those people that would like to have a button up here closer to the switch and the timers and everything, so that way if I want to save electricity per se, I don't have to keep going to the back. I have a bad back problem, so I definitely don't want to be reaching over every single time to do that. And it's just a convenience of having it there. Even if you were worried about accidentally turning it on or turning it off or anything like that, even put the switch to the side right here, and it would have been great. But no, RYONET likes to put all the switches and buttons and everything that turn the machines on in the back. And that just doesn't work out very well for me in the shop, especially with a bad back. So, but other than that, I mean, I definitely would recommend this machine over a few others that I've tried. I used to work in other print shops, and I'll tell you what, besides the LEDs, I would suggest the X Vactor. There are some less budgeted, um, you know, machines out there, devices out there that will do it. You can do a DIY. I've seen a couple people do that, but I don't know. I've tried the crappiest to the best, and you know what? I feel like wait for the right sale, use what you got, wait for the right sale, and then just buy it up if you got the cash saved. A little bit extra cash just to buy this on a sale price is hella worth it. Other than that, if you can't get it on a sale price, I probably wouldn't pay full price for it. It's a good machine and everything, just it's pretty expensive, and at least towards other machines that are on the market or LEDs. So I've seen some cool LED DIYs that just blow my mind. So I would definitely say do some research, see some sale prices, see some stuff, and hopefully that helps you guys out. And take care.